When I was president on the MSA, the Soviet Union was dissolving,
Okay.
and then
Gorbachev time.
What is the motivation for you to involve in this kind of organization? Because you see, sometimes us foreigners, when we go to foreign countries to study, sometimes we just focus totally on study, but not involved in other activities. Can you share with us, Prof, a little bit? Why? What is
Yes.
your motivation?
Give it to me. I confused because the word is Gucci word. This
Okay.
expensive word.
Okay.
Why they give it to me? They are where this word? I'm confused because
Eits, subscribe dulu.
So today we would like to explore how their life in stage during the postgraduate time, and to start with, I would like to for three of you, can you share with us your upbringing and then how it shaped you until you end up in Temple University? Maybe Prof Husni can start first.
Come on. Our guest first.
Okay,
Mas.
maybe Dr. Mehmet, can you share where you grew up and then how you end up in Temple University?
Okay. I did my elementary, middle school. After elementary, I attended the Imam Hatip School, which is the Islamic schools. We do
Imam
study
Hatip School. Right?
Imam
Yes,
Hatip
Imam
School.
In
Hatip
which
School.
city?
In Izmit.
Izmit, Turkey.
It is a religious school just established 1950s, then flourished later on in 70s and 80s. And before then, the religious education was outlawed in Turkey.
Right.
There was no religious education.
Yes.
But I attended that one, and then I attended higher Islamic institution in one of the other city, Bursa.
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 Bursa. Another city.
Yeah, Bursa is quite well known for for me as a Wakaf student, right?
Yeah.
We know Bursa well. Yeah.
Okay. Then I taught 3 years in high school level.
You taught?
Yes.
You
2
are
years.
teacher there, professor? Good.
Not professor, but teacher.
Okay. Teacher is professor.
Teaching there, and I had an uncle and then who studied in the United States and on civil engineering, and he was just telling me telling me that studying in the US in the religious science might be a little bit interesting. And we talked about it, and then the name came up, couple universities. At that time, Ismail Farooqui was very
Yes.
popular.
Al Farouqi was there already.
Yeah.
Yeah. at that
or
time.
there, so I particularly pick up the Temple University where Ismail Farooqui is teaching.
Yes, she's teaching there.
Unfortunately, I was in Philadelphia, but I didn't attend the college doing my language at that time. Then he was murdered.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to attend any of his
86, I
classes.
think.
86. Then I admitted on the 87 to the Temple University.
87.
87. You did your first degree in Temple.
Yes. And we met my colleague here.
That's a fantastic story of yours. And then we need Prof Husni also to share with us how you end up in state. Is it during your childhood you have some kind of vision that one day have to be there to study there in US?
Me?
Yeah. Can you share
Yes,
with us? Prof?
actually, in my early childhood, I have that kind of dream because my father, he is a Toki. Toki means businessman, in our village. That in 40s, 50s, Toki means somebody is doing business and considered as rich man. And he is traveling. I think Medan's so far is no problem for him. But I think also he traveled to Pulau Pinang at least, and then I know from his friends. So that's why in my mind, and then also my brother traveled to Kutaraja and then to Java. And I have in mind, at least I have to travel somewhere. But the first priority is how to see the land of the foreign country. At least I can, if I can go, forget about United States. If I can go at that time, even to the jungle of Burma, Burma, Myanmar, right? I can see what kind of soil they have there. You see, that's my childhood imagination.
Alright.
Is it different from our soil here? See, that's in the beginning.
Right.
Of course, after that, I think Sister Suraya knows. I used to speak in the office in Araniri. When there is any Arabic teacher, I speak Arabic. With English teacher, I speak English. Simply just to promote myself. I mean, to give spirit. Because of that, I think Pak Ramli Maha, our teacher, when I asked him, Pak, I'm enough to work. Why don't give me chance to study? And I'll work of here or in Jogja. Okay, once, okay. And next time he said, okay. But last time, okay, but you don't study in Indonesia. You have to go abroad. That's the beginning.
Okay.
And then what next? But we have to learn English. I don't have, I'm not good in English. You have to go to intensive English course, you see, in Shah Kuala University. But we have to pay that. That's very expensive at that time, luxurious. Okay, let's go with me. Let me pay for you. And we sit together in the same classroom. And at that class, I got TOEFL 520. At that time, that was okay.
At that time, it was quite high, right? Because someone without the basic education in English, then you can achieve that score. Then picking up from that, Prof, why specifically you are going to you went to temple? Did you meet someone that inspired you to go there, or?
Actually, because Al Faruqi came here. At the time, Prof. Hashmi was director, okay? Al Faruqi came here and made a good party, including Ispa Hashmi's house. You know, and then he, as if directly, indirectly, introduced me to him. And this could be your student. I think Paramli said, oh, Prof. Hashmi, later on. And that's, I think, the inspiration I got. Why? In my mind. And we had communication, letters between Al Faruqi and me after that. Yeah.
Could you remember what word it was? Because if I'm not mistaken, at that time also Faruqi went to Malaysia and met to Dr. Mahathir
Yes.
and then the other,
Yeah.
which later on become, the branch child. They established the IUM in
Yes,
Malaysia.
that's Al Faruqi's.
During that time,
Yes, during that time.
Okay.
During that time, Al Faruqi also visited to Banda Aceh.
Okay, Prof, before continuing with you and how you your life in state, we would like also to hear from Dr. Suraya how at the end of the day you decided to continue to study in US. Can you share with us, or maybe you can share with us your upbringing, where you were from, and
that's right,
where you studied first for your first degree?
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe I would like to share my experience. Our tradition actually, I grew up on the Islamic tradition. My father is ulama, but my father is very support about women rights in Islam. Even I am a woman, they encourage us to study, not just in the country, but outside the country. That's my experience, is because my father is very open-minded ulama, but he is very, and he established what we call modern Islamic school.
Well known.
So with my background, my dream is not just study in Banda Aceh. Even I am woman. At that time, woman is very strict to go abroad by herself. But I pursue my dream. Actually, is I prepare the language and whatever they need, and I took the test. What they call at that time scholarship by Bapenas. Bapenas. I passed scholarship by Bapenas with 300 candidates. Three pass, include me.
Okay.
Yeah. At that time, but we have to language training in Jakarta for 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
Before that training, Professor Sweetler and Professor Mahmud Ayub came to Banda Aceh, and Professor John Rain also, the Temple University professor. I asked the rector, can I meet them also? Because at that time I already passed the selection for the lecture. We call no ASN, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
ASN.
Right.
But even though I tried to meet 3 professors from United States, I asked them, can I get the recommendation?
Recommendation, right?
After I received a recommendation from John Rin, because he was dean at the time. He
Yeah.
was dean of a religious department
Yeah.
in at the Temple University in Philadelphia. I asked the ExxonMobil to give me scholarship. So I left the Bappenas scholarship because 6 months. I just
Right,
want to
right.
go directly
Right,
to United States. I cannot wait.
You cannot wait any longer.
Any longer. I just want to jump to United
Wonderful,
States
wonderful.
because my dream when I saw the picture in magazine brought by Switzerland, I have to enter this school at the time. So I don't care about Bappenas anymore. I just want to
So-
jump directly to.
So you went there for your PhD or for masters?
First, I went there for the master degree and then accepted for the
PhD program.
doctoral degree.
Right,
Yeah. Even though at that time, when I was accepted as the candidate for doctoral degree, my university asked me to come back, but I don't want to come back. Okay, just give me the permission. Even because I know that if I come back at that time, I cannot go again. It's because to pass the what we call is postgraduate at that time is at Temple is not easy to pass that that status. So I don't want to go back because
So what year you get admitted at Temple at that time? Can you remember? What year you get admitted?
What
from-
year?
At
to,
Temple.
I forget actually.
Around 80s, late 80s
80s.
or early 90s?
95, I think.
No,
No, not 95.
Earlier than that.
Early that because it's 87. I still here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's after
So
that.
Yeah,
so
after
in that case you were there after Professor Ni and Dr.
Yes, after
Mehmet, right?
yeah.
After me, of course.
Yeah.
They're our senior.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. Right, fantastic. And then coming back to you, Dr. Mehmet, you said to me, you shared with us that you have to attend the language classes first in US before you get admitted to study, right? So how many years you complete your language program? Because we here in Aceh, one of the obstacles for us basically is foreign languages, be it in Arabic or English. So can you share that how you study and you push yourself then to complete your program in language, and then you can get admitted in what you call degree, and then later on completed your PhD there,
Okay, my story is kind of different.
right?
I didn't have a scholarship as those people,
That's
so I had to work from the beginning. I was in the US. It was advantage for me. I was able to work and didn't go to language school, but I learned while I was there.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
So there was I mean I had some English in Turkey,
Yes, yes.
but I didn't go to any language school in the US. And I took TOEFL exam, so I
TOEFL
I-
exam
yeah.
too, the same thing what we did here.
So after that, when you complete your first degree there, did you decide that what is the motivation for you to continue for masters and PhD at that time? Is it because you wanted to go deeper because you have your background in Turkey is what do you call it, Imam Hatib, which is I think is big school there, and you want to learn more, or what have you?
Yeah, Western scholarship. I mean, we just want to find out the Western scholarship, how they do it
All right.
in the West. I mean, we heard that Orientalism or the Middle Eastern studies, the uniqueness of the Temple University is Temple University offers religious education, all world religious Christianity,
Right.
Judaism, Buddhism,
Right. Yeah.
on the Islam. So the professors was Muslim most of the time. So there is Western discipline, but I mean, we were taught by the Muslim professor.
Fantastic. And then picking up from that, now is the time for you, all of you, to share when is the first time you met, and in whether as a student or whether in the organization or what have you. Or maybe personally would like to share with us how you first time you met Dr. Mehmet first
Yeah,
You remember?
that's in the classroom.
in the classroom.
No, nothing else. I like, of course, I know her already, but and then of course we meet in the classroom. Then through that, of course, we had some programs, especially because I like organization. When I was Secretary General of what they call a Senat Mahasiswa Fakultas Syariah.
Oh, okay.
I could not be Ketua Dewan or the president because I was a civil servant.
Right.
That's the highest rank I could get in the student organization, just secretary or just senat of the faculty.
Okay.
Student organization, and then that's it. When we work together in Muslim Student Association, I think because more than 1,000 Muslim students, I think, at Temple University at that time. Then I check out. I happen to be before that Secretary General of International Student Association (ISA). I happen to be the president at that time. ISA was an Indian. I am secretary. But and then before that, of course, before me there are many other. We replaced one by one, and at that time I became president of Muslim Student Association, and we organized to have an office on campus and so on.
So when you were there, MSA already there.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you took offer as a president at that time, what is the motivation for you to involve in this kind of organization? Because you see, sometimes us foreigners, when we go to foreign countries to study, sometimes we just focus totally on study, but not involved in other activities. Can you share with us, Prof, a little bit? What is your motivation for
I
that?
had been here as ustad in the village, teaching, reciting the Quran for children. And that's spirit never left me. And when I was over there too, in the MSA, we also had a mission how to give good information on Islam. That's why you remember Wednesday, we have a table in the Student Activist Center, SAC, and we put all the Islamic brochure, and some I took it from Makkah Masjid later on, simply to borrow. Or some we can sell, some with the brochure, simply to give good information about Islam, including then later on, because it is known, or there is some president of Muslim Student Association who has good relationship, good communication. They invited us, to the prison. To give a kind of lesson goods and to the prisoners. Some of them were Muslim. We went to that group in the prison.
Do you both want together to present to
Not together.
Not
It's
together.
impossible to go in together.
Right.
One by one, have a good screening. Of course, later on somebody else. Somebody else. It's not easy, of course. We have to get permission because they have to stand on your hand.
Okay.
And that's it, I think, the beginning.
Okay, during your tenure as the president of MSA and deputy president of MSA, what would you consider as your biggest achievement to contribute to the student life, or also to the community at large? Can you share with us, maybe Prof or Dr. Mehmet? What would you consider your biggest achievement?
Yeah, the university also, through the organization, supports our activities. I mean, they give us the office, or we can coordinate some activities. And then financially, I mean, you have to go to the board, and then financially, they give you financing, like a speaker. You can invite some speakers. They can give you stipends and other expenses. That helps us as an organization to invite other guests or coordinate on activities. I think one of when I was president on the MSA, the Soviet Union was dissolving.
Okay.
And
Gorbachev time.
Gorbachev time. And what was important thing is the the Central Asian city Muslim countries
Right.
becoming independence by
Yeah, yeah,
1-1.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like we invited somebody
Mhm,
from the Washington D.C. I don't recall his name,
Mhm.
and we went to the board, and then they said, "Okay, why do you want to invite this?"
Mhm.
The question is, I told them, I mean, it is a Soviet Union is dissolving, and then those countries are kind of like a Muslim countries. We want to find out what is happening over there,
Yeah,
and then so we want to get information and then enlighten other students, not only the Muslim, for the American public too. So they gave us a good grant, the stipends, and then we accomplished it at the end. I mean, there were not only the Muslim students coming to the meeting,
Right.
non-Muslim students or some other faculty member attended that time. So it was a good experience for us.
Okay, maybe doctor, can you share with us what is your experience? Do you involve also in SA?
Yeah. Actually, it's the good thing at Temple University at the time. We came from different country, from Asia, Europe, Middle East, Japan, and China, include China, Taiwan. But we are like a brother and sister. We are very close each other, helping each other. That the good thing that we experience at Temple University, and maybe. Also one the most makes me feel at that time I cannot say anything, even the professor very close to like a family to the student. We can discuss each other. They not treat us as a student, but they treat us as a
Colleague.
family, family and brother. So they not teach us as a college, but they teach us the student like a family that make us feel comfortable.
Right.
And one of my professor, because I have to take English class at that time, because before we take the course we have to took the English class. They saw I didn't wear the watch. It made me confused. They opened their watch and they give it to me. I confused because the watch is Gucci watch. This expensive watch. Why they give it to me? They are wear this watch. I'm confused because they saw I am. She saw I didn't wear a watch, but they opened her watch in her hands. They give it to me. Alhamdulillah. But I feel so sad and impressed of their attitude, how to take care student. That's my experience. Also the good thing also at temple, the what we call brotherly Muslim is very strong. I involved at the meet always involved at the meeting what we call Muslim Student Association, and but we just member at that time, pengurus, also not ketua. The ketua is Pak Yusni,
Pak Yusni,
and Brother Mehmet, the president. the president, the chair is Pak Yusni Sabi and Pak Mehmet. Also, another one is Imam Yahya, Pak Yusni, Imam Yahya. He is the big Imam no in Washington D.C. When I saw his face at the TV, it's TV channel after the September 11. I saw his face. This our friend Yahya. He's a big imam now. And one thing also I would like to share our experience. We are not just focused on the book, textbook, and the library. We also the professor bring us to many events, even outside Philadelphia. Like we went with Professor Ayub to Washington D.C. to Virginia. That's they create network for us. That why the student from United States, that is the most good experience, and I think the valuable experience that we get from United States,
Right.
because the professor bring us and introduce us to the network, international network. Also bring us to all the conference. They support us to come and to speak.
Right.
Yeah, that's the good thing that, and also the student at that time, I don't know right now, student from Indonesia, from others country also involved in different kind of activities. For example, like me at that time, because Aceh is conflict area,
Right.
we established what we call International Forum for Aceh that work with
Correct.
we work with the Parliament, United States Senator,
Correct.
United States Congressman.
Yeah,
We can come to Congress anytime we want. We just call the one or senator, please arrange meeting for us. They will arrange the easy one in
Right.
United States at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Even we are working with the what we call Council on Foreign Relations, but I don't know now. But at that time, it's
Yeah.
quite easy to
yeah.
involve in different kind of activities too.
Yeah.
Yes, we get the knowledge and value from different kind of activities, not just from the class, not just from the book.
Yeah. So the university give you what we call as large as possible the networking, and which later on useful to all of you.
Yeah.
And then before that, Pak Yusni, if I'm not mistaken, that you also the imam there in Imam Mekah, right?
Masjid
Makkah
of
Mosque.
Philadelphia.
So can you share with us how you become an imam and how many years there imam, and what kind of activities what do you call become your task during your tenure as an imam there?
In the beginning was because the Makkah Masjid was very close to Temple University, just 1-2 blocks away or 3 blocks away. We just walk. So I used to, at the prayer time, I used to come. In the beginning, we live in West Philadelphia, and then, but when we were on campus, I just to visit once in a while, and then regularly, and then I moved to apartments in Kuni on campus, and then I moved to the apartment near the mosque. And that time,
Is it owned by the mosque or
the apartment
Yeah.
by the mosque, part
Oh,
of the
okay.
mosque,
right?
you know,
Right.
underground, and the prayer room, and then apartments upstairs. And beside the
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, and then I ran in the beginning,
Mhm.
and then they see me a little disciplined, to so to say, in establishing regular
Right.
prayer, and
Right.
I managed. And then the manager, the owner of the building, that's Hyderabad Incorporated. Hyderabad House Incorporated, Muslim from Hyderabad.
Right.
I think the family of from Sarbon was Muhammad Hamidullah.
Mhm.
That's the family of Prof. Muhammad Hamidullah. So they own the Hyderabad House Incorporated, and then they appointed me. You, Brother Yusni, please become you. We appointed you a resident imam.
Okay.
Resident imam means more than just an imam.
Mhm.
It's like a mufti.
Mhm.
Marriage, marital, divorce, shahadatan, and so on. You manage, you sign all the things,
Right.
including the death and if funeral. Sometimes if you have, but of course I don't have time outside of the mosque. I just function in the mosque. But once in a while I have to go out.
Mhm.
Something, the marriage, have to perform. You see,
Right,
in the
right,
American way, but in Islamic Sharia. That's the beginning. And then, Alhamdulillah, with that, with my way, I think the Eastern, I don't know, because this brother Mehmet, when he come, I don't know who, you tell me, you go there. I mean, the people around,
Right,
mostly Afro-American.
Mhm.
You go there. Brother Imam is very nice.
Mhm.
I mean, usually very young people coming to the Makkah Masjid to become, even before they know nothing about that, some they dress it already. And you, sometimes boys, girl, and 2 kids. When I ask you, what is your name and so on, are you coming here? You want to become a Muslim? You married already? Not yet. Sister Suraya, when you heard in the beginning,
Yeah.
not yet, we are planning to get married. They have 2 children. And whose children? That's our children, our
Mhm,
kids.
mhm.
Not yet. Can you imagine what it?
Right.
But still, in the beginning, of course, it's a little warm in my heart.
Yeah,
But later
yeah.
on, I have to accept. And
Yeah.
then that's, I think, why they said,
Yeah.
go there, brother. Because no angry there. No.
So later on, you work closely with the Afro American Muslim,
Mostly the Jamaah there, Afro, because the environment was Afro-American. And
Right.
now it's much beautiful.
Jika video ini bermanfaat untuk Anda, silakan subscribe, like, dan nyalakan loncengnya.